Yes, yes. Welcome back to another episode of Lance Scurv. If you don't know the name, if you don't know, now you know, right? We're going to talk about something that many people have been talking about a lot within the last few days. It's been revealed that DEI didn't do as much for Black people as Black people thought. Melanated people, copper colored people, whatever you choose to say, American, African, African American, going once, going twice, going three times, going. It's like every 3 years we got a new name, a new group. Saying I'm indigenous to Alaska, I'm indigenous to the Gulf of Mexico, I'm indigenous to the moon. I'm starting out by saying I'm a little agitated, and we have a big identity crisis. We have a big identity problem. We do. And we don't have any unity. Gifty Sine, she said, can't wait for this one. I have never benefited from DEI policies. As a Black woman, every time I get to the front of the line, a Hispanic or white woman or rainbow flag carrier jumps in front of me. Hallelujah. You're speaking truth. Gifty Sine, heterosexual African-American men are the last of all. That's right. Xavier B., salute back to you. Much love. That's right. I'm going to jump into this. So if I don't acknowledge anybody in the chat room, I'll do it later on because I want to get right to my notes and my article and, you know, what I want to put out there. I'm feeling real intense. I did my ring walk. I'm a little sweaty. I'm ready. I'm not going to be cold for the. I just put this banner up again so you can see it and how I made it. Okay. Who do you see? Who do you see? Who do you see surrounding this Black man? Who, when you see a Black man, you can't tell who he lays in the bed with because for this particular illustration, this man is not interested in any one of the women around him. Not because he loves Black women and he doesn't like these other women. It's because he's gay. I'm just saying, in my imaginary mind, I ran out of time when I was making this banner, so I was going to put some kind of rainbow thing on and whatnot. I'm just telling you all that because, like we said, the truth about DEI and who really benefits. So this is a gay, melanated man here. That's probably the only way we can get things as a Black man, right? But he may be identifying as Latino, which there are a lot of Africans through the Caribbean and through South America and through Central America who speak Spanish or Portuguese, whatever. Oh, no. I am not Black. See, we got these issues here, which is crazy. Diane, thank you for being here. You're right on time. We're going to have a little ball tonight. We're going to have a little fun tonight. I want to talk about this seriously. You know, what really irks me is when there are people who are supposed to be intelligent, and they have to hold on to the argument. They have to hold on to, it's like I'm going to say it, pissing contest. Little kids sitting here, look, I can go, I can go further than you. For what? The facts are the facts. Once you learn the facts, sit down, shut up, learn something, and move on. But the facts cause people, Black people, that's what I'm talking to look within themselves and take accountability. And they don't want to do that. So they hang on to this little part. And I hate to call him out. I'm not going to say his name. But we were speaking about DEI earlier. Let me see if I can pull up part of it. It's an ongoing DEI debate that we have going on. And he's crushed. He's just literally crushed with facts. And he won't face it, right? Okay, let's see what it said. It's ongoing. I'm just going to read the last part. Yeah. Since the very beginning, white women, this is what he said, have always benefited from those programs. He's bending a bit now, right? Because he sees the facts. But Black folks have gotten, right? Better than nothing. If I can hold this up where you can see it, I don't want to put his name out there. Trust me, better than nothing. So I heard it was a small percentage. I'm not sure if it was 15 or 5. I picked the middle number. I said 8. It may not be 8. So Don't, tell me that, well, you're putting out false information. This was in the private conversation. I said 8% benefit rate for blacks. But the time has come for blacks to man up and build something for themselves and stop begging, stop the begging mentality. Then when he said better than nothing, I said the better than nothing mentality is the problem. We can do so much better. Better than nothing. So you're settling for nothing. Oh, when they give me the scraps, well, he gave it to us. Stop waiting for the white savior to come and save you. He's not doing it. Stop waiting for the wicked system to give reparations. It's pretty much not going to happen. And don't call me a hypocrite, because if they give it out, I'm going to be the first in line, because we do deserve that. But don't sit there like that old lady in the ghetto threatening everybody who won't loan her money. Oh, you ain't giving me, all I asked you was $50. Well, when my case come around, I ain't going to give you nothing. I was going to plan on give you a couple $1,000, but since you ain't giving me that $50, you ain't going to live to see that case. That little dried up lawyer that's stretching it along, he wants that money, so he's waiting for you to die. Why are we always waiting on this and waiting on that and waiting on this? Why can't we do for ourselves like many other people do, and get mad at me if you want? I don't care. I don't care no more. I'm in the old man phase. I can wear those striped pants and polka dot shirts and cheap Walmart shoes and feel just as good as anybody with the latest designer clothing on. Because I've come full circle. I'm comfortable with who I am. I know the deal about life right now. My eyes are opened. I don't have to adjust my mentality in the present to fit the failures of the past of what I didn't do to make me feel comfortable in the present. And that's what so many of us do. Before we get up off our behind and unify or motivate to do something, we'll talk about, well, we should have marched a little more. Do you know how stupid that looks? No justice, no peace. And that little rainbow dude, what's his name? Sharpton? Yeah, he is. Him and James Brown. I feel good. Well, who is doing what to him to make him say that? That's a fact. And people know that. You don't know. But that's his choice, what he wants to do. Looking like one of them, what's the thing there? Back in the day, they used to have it where you can go in the back of the comic books and order things, right? And I ordered this big Frankenstein statue. You know what it was? A piece of plastic, a poster that you put it on, over 6 feet tall. All those little scams like that. They had these little things that, what do they call them, horsefish, and they look like horses. But it was like a little fish body. That's what Al Sharpton looks like. Don't he look like one of them horse, his hair coming back? Whatever. He morphed into something. I don't know. It's that high protein diet that he's sucking on. Huh? I didn't say nothing bad. Anyway, I'm so disappointed with us and the excuses and dysfunctional things and people that I know personally that I will not put their business up out of the street. But when they say things like this, and I realize why they're saying it, because it's to soothe them in their pain of not achieving what they know their brilliance should have brought them. Now, yes, you can be blackballed in many industries. I know that. But people I know that had the power within their hands to build, and I'm going to use some information from a conversation that I had with my dear sister, a couple days ago. That why can't we start out small? Why do we have to have these big grand plans? And I'm not saying you shouldn't have. Think big, but think long term, right? But you have to see what's in your hand and take it from point A to point B to point C, and then see if you go from A to Z and you trip, you don't know where you are, and you don't want to get up and continue. But the main thing is our unity. We have none. We have none. And if we fake a little unity and we finally get to where we think we should get, tally ho, bye-bye, you're on your own. We're going to do it on our own. When we crash, we come back looking stupid. But most people are not sincere anyway. Most Black people are not sincere in having the drive to achieve anything. They want the white slave master to give them something. They're waiting on just being subsidized. There's always got to be a little hookup, a little whatever, so you don't push as hard. Although many other people don't like us, I have to honor their work ethic and their unity. And what's wrong with us? We want to blame everything else. Well, they're taking DEI from us and affirmative action. There's nothing that affirmative action or DEI can do for you at all, because it's like buying the latest TV, but you don't plug it in. We got to plug into unity. Unity, unity, unity. And we do not have that in the Black community. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. And that's what I know. We're so separated. The church service is the sweetest in the parking lot. You got an hour service or even 2 hour service, and you 4 hours in the parking lot. Yeah, Sister Betty, you know, I drove past the house last night, and Brother Robert's car was in the driveway, and you know, her husband is gone. We preoccupy our minds with foolishness instead of waking up every single day with a sense of urgency to achieve. And if something's not right in our life, we got to make it right within our families, within our community, within our own pockets, within ourselves. Take accountability, but we don't want to do that. We want to play dress up and pretend. The women are women in drag, and the men are real men in drag. But the real men, the men are so effeminate. They're womanly. They're soft. Their balls are not functional. They have testicles, but they don't got no balls to make it work. As a man, you're a problem solver. You're waiting for DEI for. These Chinese people come to America, they don't wait for no damn DEI. They come off all over the world. They're not looking for no handout. Now it's a handout because it's 2025. And many of us have the handout mentality. Well, I'm doing it on my own. I don't need no man. I got my car, I got my apartment, and all my 5 babies that have 5 different last names. They call each other by the last names. They taken care of because I'm a go-getter. Yeah, because you got that Biden money coming at you. That Biden Section 8 money that makes it where you can have a huge apartment or a house and pay $38. You're doing it on your own. Sure you are, right? Healthcare. The government's your man. So you have to listen to what he says. And so now you look at this Black man who's effeminized. He's trying to sponge off of you. You sponging off the government. If a person needs it, fine. But why do we have generation after generation of people talking about it better than nothing? It better than nothing. So you can't add on to that. You can't, if you needed it, use it as a foothold, a stepping stool, and get up off it real quick. Better than nothing. While you just sit back and do nothing. Wasted manhood. But your penis is working all right, and you want to get up in as much stuff as you possibly can, spray off, make babies, and say, well, you can get the welfare, right? And so on. Every day that comes, I feel like a loser if I can't lay in the bed and say what I have to do. Look, I was up from about 3:30 this morning. For me, it's 11:45. 11:40. I had 4 hours of sleep last night, but I woke up motivated because I said before 6 o'clock comes or 5:45, I'm out the house, and I was heading downtown to take care of some business early. And I said, yes, I'm going to do a show. And it's going to be late. I'm going to be a little tired. Like right now, I am physically tired, but my heart, my motivation is at an all-time high. I can probably go 15 rounds right now. No, not really, but good 5 rounds I can go. Yeah, take off for the age. But that doesn't stop the intensity inside of me. Why do we give up to achieve? But DEI, it's better than nothing. And it's benefiting everybody. And folks, I'm mad because they took that away. And maybe for a time it helped to get people's feet in the door. But why let you get your foot in the door when you're not the best you can be? This thing gives you a chance, and you get in there and you sit back, just collect money. So it's like legalize welfare Are you the best at what you do? Do you have a burning desire to be the best at what you do? I know people who are the best at what they do, and they're blackballed. And they still got balls to fight. And these are women I know. And they're grinding in their mind and trying to figure the way out. How can I do this? I got to do this. And it's frustrating. Then you got brothers out here, better than nothing. I don't want nobody around me like that. And when you look back on your life and you have that mentality, guess what? It's going to haunt you. Because I'm not going to say I'd rather not achieve, but I'd rather keep trying. Because that's in me. Instead of just, better than nothing, let me just take these little crumbs and be happy. Every day I want to do everything. That's my problem, because I spin at the wheels. And the insight was shared with me to say, hey, do quality. Don't just try to run after everything. Take your time, settle down. It's like settling down in your punches. If I'm jumping around, I can't put no power in my punches. Ground yourself, get your feet right. Get some leverage, squat a little bit, come up with something, boom. Get some power on your punches in life. Think about strategize. You're still here. You can always go up. Old as I am, 8 years from now, 8 years and 2-3 months, I'm 70. If the Creator allows me to be here, I'll be the same way. It may be in a different lane. It may be this, it may be that. But I got to do something. So many people say, thank God for life. And you waste life. You say these little, I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you doing the damn thing with your day? You're not motivating. You're not inspiring somebody else. We get advice, we give advice. We get motivation, we give motivation. I'm blessed and highly favored. And you ain't producing sugar honey iced tea. What kind of highly favored? How you represent a mighty God that is the biggest, baddest entity and energy in the whole universe? And you sitting on your backside, I'm blessed and highly favored. Why? Give me a motivated criminal over a righteous bum any day. I'm not going to do anything criminal, but I will draw from that energy of trying to achieve. Now, we're going to split when you start robbing and stealing, but at least the criminal is motivated to do something. Why do we have to be smoking crack to come up with all these ideas to get money to get more crack? That crack does something to the brain where you want that crack more than you want sex. The sex feels real good. Unbelievable. I see guys pushing the carts, collecting metal. They always got that magnet. Make sure if it's something that I can go down and bring to the metal place and get a little bit of money, or bottles, plastic bottles. The metal's like 10 feet high. I don't know how they balance it on that shopping cart and where they get the shopping cart from, but they getting it. Someone want to steal, whatever. But why is it that some of us have to be on substances to tap into the human potential and motivation? Some of us have to do that. Now, we have to, but why can't we do that without the substances? Why can't we do it organically? I didn't even get to my notes yet because I'm fired up. Let me read this thing here. Let's just, so you can have something to look at. For decades, affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, initiatives have been seen as tools to level the playing field for Black Americans. Many have argued that these policies were necessary to correct historical injustices and provide equal opportunities. However, the reality is that these programs have overwhelmingly benefited other groups: white women, Latinos, and LGBTQ individuals. While Black people remain at the bottom in terms of economic progress. The truth is, No amount of DEI or affirmative action can fix the deeper issue within our community, a lack of unity. Other groups, despite their internal differences, band together for collective progress. Meanwhile, too often, Black individuals who attain success find themselves in conflict with one another rather than building each other up. It is time to face the facts. Self-sufficiency and unity will do more for us than any government program ever could. Than any government program ever could. And I know folks don't want to hear that. Hopefully we're on the same accord here, mentally. Now let me water my dry throat with a little water, because I'm thirsty. And I was out in the sun today too, early in the morning. How does the song go? Early in the morning to take care of some business. I know some winos who drink liquor like I drink water. Drink liquor for breakfast. How you gonna have vodka for breakfast? What's that I saw you drinking, man? Oh yeah, man, a little bit of vodka, man. In the morning? God, what's wrong with you? But that's true. They band together, and then you want to turn around. And when I say you, I'm not saying anything to anybody in the chat room, which I have not seen because everything blocked up. Xavier B, much love and appreciation. Much love and appreciation. I'll read out what he said for those who may see the audio on Spotify and can't see it. He says, I truly value your consistent, thought-provoking content and creativity. Keep up the great work. Brother Lance, your efforts inspire us all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just a kind word. Thank you. Because this is out of love. And it has to be a little entertaining too, right? But I come from a different place, not a different place other than other people here, my brothers and sisters here. Okay, let me just go up here for a second. And are you filling up? It's like you ever go to the movie theater early, few seats are taken, you go to the bathroom for a long time, come back and say, whoa, where's my seat? Or you go to the mall early and come out and you can't find your car because there's so many other cars there. So you whoop, 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 whoop. And it's like, wait a second, where's my car? Give you today, Xavier B, Diane, NFN Shaka, and Diane again, of course. Truth to Chosen. Yes, yes, my brother. I'm glad you're here. You made it. Tracy J, Giant Gain. Yes. Oh yeah. Look what Giant Gain said. Ooh, sounds like the spirit of Lily Fire is in the room. And that's who really got me fired up too. And my other dear sister and my friend who was like, better than nothing. I'm like, oh my God. Right. But yeah, thank you so much. And Reese. See, Reese will come in a few minutes later. I'm not going to say late. And you going on, you're like, oh, there go Reese. When did she come in? I never see you when you come in, but you're there. That's a good thing, right? Let's go on back. We're going to talk a little bit. Let me clear the screen. But thank you, Giant Gain. Yeah. Lady Fire's going to be laughing when she sees that one. For real. Yeah. Let me read on a little more. And then I'm going to talk a little more, read on a little more, talk on a little more, read on a little more. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it like that tonight. The origins of affirmative action. Who was it really for? You have to, put it into historical context because folks will make, some of us will start making up stuff. And with the internet being as it is, it's like they run with it. They go run with a lie. So that's why I always have to come, with the facts and stuff. So here we go. All right. Affirmative action was first introduced. And see, you all know this stuff already, but I have to say it for those people who just want to see the Instagram twerkers and the gossip stuff. And you got to give them the facts, right? Affirmative action was first introduced by President John F. Kennedy in 1961 through Executive Order 10925. Which required government contractors to take affirmative action to ensure job applicants were treated equally regardless of race, color, and religion or national origin. President Lyndon B. Johnson expanded on this in 1965, making affirmative action a cornerstone of civil rights era policies. The idea was simple. After centuries of systemic racism, Black Americans needed a boost to compete in education and employment. However, from the very beginning, these policies were never strictly for Black people. Let me say this again. From the very beginning, these policies were never strictly people. Affirmative action was designed as a broad measure that would apply to all different disadvantaged groups, leaving room for others to benefit. Who benefited the most? Number one, white women, the biggest winners. Contrary to popular belief, the primary beneficiaries of affirmative action and DEI initiatives have not been Black Americans, but white women. A 1995 report by the Department of Labor found that white women filled the majority of jobs created by affirmative action policies in the workplace. A study from the National Bureau of Economic Research confirmed that white women gain more from these policies in education and employment than any other demographic. The U.S. Census Bureau reports that between 1970 and today, white women have seen their participation in professional fields grow significantly, due in large part to affirmative action policies that encouraged companies to diversify. Meanwhile, Black employment and wages have not increased at the same rate. Many companies satisfied their diversity requirements by hiring white women, leaving Black workers behind. Latinos and immigrants rising while Black Americans stagnate. Stagnate, y'all. Stagnate as in stinking because it ain't moving. The Pew Research Center reports that Latinos have become the largest minority group in college enrollments, surpassing Black Americans. Affirmative action in education was originally intended to help Black students gain access to elite institutions. But in many cases, Latino students, some of whom are first-generation immigrants, have taken a larger share of available spots. Many corporate DEI programs now lump Black employees into a larger category of people of color, diluting the focus on Black-specific advancement. This reminds me, in Florida, in Central Florida, they had this type of business initiative focused on people of color, and Black people were jumping around. So happy. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to start, man. You're just going to, and you know what? None of them showed. You had a certain amount of meetings and you had to have your paperwork right. Many of them didn't have their LLCs or they didn't have anything set up right. I think one group or one business, which was a group of people in a family who started a family business, it was the only one. You know the majority, who it was? And I know this for a fact. Now, I don't have the paper in front of me because it was Sister Lawana Geltzer, who ran for some lower level political appointments. And I did the videotaping with her. So I went with her to the meetings. She's like, Lance, you don't have to come to all these meetings. I said, no, I want to know. I want to know. I want to be there. I'd get up early in the morning for an area that wasn't even my own. I wanted to see how things were flowing and not Black people. I think me and her were the only ones there that were Black. They're making decisions in these neighborhoods. And you're talking about, this is my hood. But you don't do anything to care for it like it's your hood. And they'll schedule these meetings early in the morning now, knowing you're not going to get up out your bed. But you have to make the effort. And I'm not here to spank anybody. If you don't know by now, if you don't know it by now, you will never, never, never know it. Ooh, and you'll be stinking like you're stagnant, right? They lump Black employees into a larger category of people of color. So it's got to be specifically us. You can't be, oh, people of color, because you open up the door for so many other people, diluting the focus on Black specific advancement. As a result, Latinos who maintain strong economic and cultural unity have used these programs as a stepping stone to surpass Black Americans in economic mobility. Now, here we come to the juicy part, you savage. The LGBTQ community, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There'll be no more alphabet left for me. New priorities in DEI. In recent years, DEI initiatives have shifted from a race-based to an emphasis on LGBTQ inclusion. Corporations now invest millions in LGBTQ-friendly policies, often at the expense of racial diversity efforts. A 2023 analysis of corporate diversity spending found that LGBTQ-focused programs receive more funding than Black-focused. Many companies now measure diversity success through LGBTQ representation rather than Black advancement in executive leadership. While inclusion is important, the shift in priorities means that the original goal of addressing systemic racism against Black Americans has taken a back seat. The harsh truth is that while other groups have used these policies to elevate themselves, Black Americans remain in the same position because we lack internal unity. When other communities get ahead, they circulate their money within their own communities. Studies show that the Black dollar leaves Black communities within 6 hours, while in Asian and Jewish communities, it circulates for weeks. While other minority groups build businesses and create wealth, we are often focused on individual success rather than collective upliftment. And I have to say it again. While other minority groups build businesses and create wealth, we are often focused on individual success rather than collective upliftment. Individual success rather than collective upliftment. And that's your fault, y'all. Again, if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm not saying it to anybody in the chat room. I'm saying to people who are mad at me right now for saying this. You blew it and you're blowing it. And maybe there's a chance to come out of it. I don't know. As soon as a Black individual gains power, instead of working to lift others, they often face sabotage from within their own community. I get it all the time, simply because I left the country. Maybe you saw the back and forth that was going on, which it was a humorous sparring session for me, which I don't do that. But dude was coming after me. Oh, you left. It ain't all that over there because your channel dead. I said, this fool don't even know that this is a new channel. And you try to act like this, but you ain't for Black people. Well, who built my house? Who do I spend money to at the markets? Who am I going to go tomorrow and do my shopping? And I don't see no white people out here. Yes, you have a Chinese, you have Lebanese, you have Turkish people that have businesses. And even though they may have Black people working there, they paid nothing. And there's certain things you can't get around. I'm in Africa and have to find Black businesses and Black workers to do good work. That's another thing. The work ethic. Even over here in look as though, well, you're a Bruni, you're from a different country, and we're gonna try to rip you off. We're gonna get maximum dollar, we're gonna put a minimal effort. So it's not just America. It's all over the place. I'm not saying that's everybody, but as you well know, I got to tell it like it is. I got to tell it like it is. No DEI initiative can fix these problems. Only a cultural shift towards self-reliance, economic independence, and unity will bring lasting progress. Let's wrap this down. It's time to move beyond DEI and affirmative action. These programs have served their purpose for others, but they have not uplifted Black people in the way we had hoped. Instead of relying on government programs, we must support Black businesses. Circulating our money within our own communities is key to building lasting wealth. Emphasize education and skill development. Instead of focusing on access to elite schools, we must develop trade schools and entrepreneurship. What's the point of going to an elite school and you're paying the others to do the work in your house? You're paying the others to advise you on things in every part of our life. Who are we giving our money to? I mean, I thought I was in India one time. I was in America and went to the hospital. Right? There's always a Dr. Patel, Dr. Singh. You go to the bank, that's all you see. Right? In the other industries, you see other people dominating it. The hair care industry, the billions of dollars they make, and we're giving it to them for what we want to wear on our head. Wearing somebody else's DNA on our head and the spiritual implications that it puts on our head. Look. I get deep into a whole lot of things and I ponder a lot of things. But let me read these few things off and I'm going to talk about that stuff. Unify and collaborate. Boy, I'm going to have to drink some water. My throat getting dry. Just as other groups do, we must put aside differences and work together for mutual progress. Control our own media and narratives. Stop waiting for others to represent us and create platforms that speak to our own experiences. We're not doing that. I always talk about Substack. You all need to go there and put your email address in there. I'm going to take this link. I'm going to drop it right in there. If your email address is not connected to Landscape, then this is not just another regular social media platform. It's a community, and it's on a whole different level. Let me drop this thing in here, and I have comments that I'm missing. Here you go. I just dropped it in. Okay, no, it's coming now. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Right there. Go there. You don't have to put the HTTPS and all that stuff. Landscurve.substack.com. And when you get there, put your email address in there. Let's start building community right now. There'll be things there that you will not see or hear on YouTube or Facebook that I do, but you will see everything that I do here over there. And if you're on my Patreon, discontinue it and go to Substack. And you can donate there so much a month, $2 or $3, but it's free. I don't even have anything for pay up there yet. After a couple months, I will, because we're going to go in on it, right? So go there. Make a point of doing that. Okay? If I don't see you there, you're being funny. If I don't see you there, you're being funny. Oh, we have another person here, Angela Caraway. Welcome on in. There might be somebody else because I see a lot of comments been going down. And I'm happy about that. But let me get on back to reading these last few words and we're going to talk. But to control our own media narratives, there's no reason why we don't have our own. So many different races have their own in their own language, and they don't give a damn who else is not on there. But we have to suck from the nipple of another person whose milk is not made for us. The truth is, no law, program, or policy will save us. Only we can do that. The time for waiting is over. The time for unity and action is now. The time for unity and action was decades ago. We had more unity in slavery. than we do now. Now everybody doing their own thing and thinking it's all about their own success, and we're all on a boat with holes in it and ignoring the holes that we all have to collectively block up, and we're not doing it. So for me, I'm just going to get up in people's backsides. I'm not going to hold back and, well, let's have hope. And you don't hear other people talk, well, let's have hope and pray. And yes, pray. Pray and prey. Two types of pray. That's what I know. I'm going to do this and send the energies and whatnot. But I'm going to ball up my fists. We're going to throw some jammies. We're going to do it. Something's in your way, steamroll it. If you have a righteous motivation to get something accomplished, nothing is supposed to stop you. Nothing is supposed to stop you. You put your hand out in front of you, you put your fist, you put your words, you put your mind, your body, your soul. You gotta get dirty, you're gonna do it. And nothing's gonna stop me. Anything I say to do, I'm gonna do. It starts here first. Everything that you see in the world, I've said this time and time again, everything you see in the world is the product of a thought. You never just sat down somewhere and poof, something just pops up. You thought about it to make your life easier. That's the problem, though. We don't think anymore. It's better than nothing. They're going to give me a check. It's better than nothing. And all your creativity and all those creative forces and your life force is being wasted because you're sitting down waiting for something and the whole world is moving by. How do you feel? I remember over, what's the neighborhood now? Right there by downtown Orlando, coming over some. Oh God, shoot. There's two neighborhoods right there, black neighborhoods, historic black neighborhoods. When he put up the stadium years ago, and they had the soccer players games going on, and all the white people would come out, and other people would come out and park and whatever, and they standing there on the corner. The dudes selling the drugs are just hanging out. People on their steps, the house all dilapidated, falling. They're just sitting there. Wow, look at all these white people coming around. It's not your neighborhood. You were born and raised there, but it's not your neighborhood. You're not paying the taxes. You're not involved with the community stuff and the politicians and making sure they do what's right. You're not part of the system. But you want to march. You want to march when something don't go your way. You should have marched your backside to be a force in that community. And make people do, but they count on the fact that you're not going to do the right thing. But have a function in the park where you got free refreshments. Oh, they're gonna have some chicken over there. I'm not saying a stereotype that all black people look like chicken, but hell, most black people like chicken. Most people like chicken. Oh, they giving out free chicken. Oh, they got them big things. There's sodas too. I mean, look what I got. Oh, I got to go down there and get some of that. You get your backside up then and go get it. Why is it got to be where you get this instant gratification, instant satisfaction, feeling like you're getting something? To be motivated. It's like we got to pay you to do something. How are you going to build something if you're not consistent, if you don't have drive, if you don't have vision, if you don't have focus? You sit down on your backside and just wait for something. I'm going to try to I'm more money-minded more now, right? I'm not trying to rip nobody off to say I'm building some school. I never asked nobody for nothing to build this. See this? This ain't no fake background. See this? I can punch this hard thing. There's a wall behind. Stories above me, and the next half of, and if you saw how big this place was, I'm backed up in the corner for now because I want to do that. That came from this. And this, the passion. And yes, people have donated to the platform, and I take that money and pay back for the programs that I use. I have a computer here where the program has to be upgraded every year. I have multiple programs to make my workflow go easier as I create these shows. I've been up from 3 o'clock this morning. And for me, like I said, that doesn't sound so harsh if you're on the East Coast and over, but it's 12:16 for me. If I stay up 2 hours and 44 more minutes, I would have been up 24 hours. I'm doing this because I want to. It's my passion. I just can't sit down and, well, tomorrow we're going to go back, pick some mangoes and avocados and papaya and pineapples, and then we're going to forget about America, whatever. You can't do that. Just because I'm physically way over here doesn't mean that my heart is not still with my people. The ones who are conscious, forget about the other ones. They done. They toast. I wish them well. But this is my bar, but I don't drink. Meaning that when people get together and go to the bar and they sit back and, you know, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. That don't sound like a bar. That sounds like a whorehouse, right? But this is my bar. This is where I relax. And it's not I'm home, right? But I can vibe with all of you through, and this is the way I always was before the internet came to be, as it is now. I get together with my friends, we brainstorm, we talk, we tell jokes, we play music, we think about things and concepts and wonder about things, but we create. We create because we have the thought and the drive on the inside. And if it so-called fails, you learn where not to go. And when you try it again, anything you see, they had to fail so many times. Nobody ever got there in one shot, but we don't have to. Why do we fail in our unity? That's guaranteed failure for Black people. And this is why you have these agents of division online. I'm FBA and you're not. You're African and you're this, and I'm indigenous and you're not, and this one and that one, and what's the other one? ADOS and all these other groups and groups and groups, and Black people got more groups. And we're not the only ones. White folks and other people have their groups too. But at the end of the day, they know the common thread that's going through all of them. And they unify. You know the joke I always say? You get the two white businessmen, they haven't spoken in years. And one picks up the phone to call the other one that he hasn't spoken to in years. Hello, Bill? Rob? Is that you? Yeah, Bill, it's Rob. I think you're a prick. I know you were screwing my wife. You know what? Let's put that aside. Bottom line is, there's a business opportunity that you and I need to get into. I can't stand you. I don't like you. I often think of killing you. But we can't let these minorities get this position. Let's pool our money together and make the money, and you take your half and I take mine. That's how they think. Even if the man doesn't mess around with the man's wife, they still gonna call because they got that unity. They understand for their children, it's gonna be a better world for them. They think generationally. They know they're on their way out, some of them, but they can't stand the thought that another people that they may not like is gonna overtake their children. And many of us can't wait to get our children out of the house. And you're grown. You're 18 years old. You need to go. No, you should have some wisdom to give them so that they can be a part of your generational bloodline's ascension, not just for money, but for wealth and influence, so they can be people of means. But you send them out the house to go to a job. And chances are that job, the bosses and administrators and the supervisors do not look like you. So they're back in slavery again, mad, confused, don't know how to make it. Why are we pushing the children out so much? Well, some of them are bad and they're going to do bad things, and I don't blame you. But do you think, and I'll say it, this is nothing bad that I'm saying, in the Jewish community, do they do that? Does a Jew send their children out at 18 to go work in the hood in a chicken spot under somebody else? No, they're not letting them leave that house until they have property of their own. So if you got to stay in that house until 25, 26, whatever, and usually for them, it doesn't take that long because they got the finances to say, hey, we hooking you up. You marrying that girl? Here's 20,000 and 10,000 coming from this one. And they keep it in unity. So he's stepping out rolling, but he better be a part of that community. See, we don't have that. And all the little inspirational speeches that you want to say and things, and blessed and highly favored, that's stupidity. You're as strong as the weak link on your chain. or on the chain. You shouldn't be worried about no chain around your neck. Wearing these chains, you're still shackled. They should make bum black people, not all black people are bums, but the ones who are bums, make it mandatory that they wear a noose around their neck. Because most of them in corporate America and on these jobs, that noose is a tie. And they know how to tie the tie right. And you better wear that tie on the plantation. It's symbolic. You got a noose around your neck. If you can work and not have to wear a tie in your own business, then you're free. But most of us don't see the symbolism. Then some of us get out of work, and we're so happy to get out of work, we keep the tie on. What do? Take it and throw it over our back. Now we're showing the world we got a noose around our neck. Here's something. These traditions that keep us blocked up. But like I was saying, with the Indians in the hair and the Asians in the hair. And them Indian girls, man, they be skinny and whatnot, but they got some good hair. But from what I see, man, I see some thick ones. Is that what's on your mind? That's why we're not getting nowhere. This is the head that should rule. Like I was telling somebody the other day, even in my wildest days, I never got weak. Oh my God, I'm not going to go to work today. You want me to come over, girl? I'll come over. I'll take 2 days off. What? No. I'm all business. I don't even know how to say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. If there's any children around, they might be, no, it's not going to be offensive. There were times, like, oh my God, what is Lance come on? He crazy. Yes, I am. That's the only reason why I stayed away from the minefields in America, the traps in America, because you got to know how to walk close to the line of crazy, but not step over it and not let anybody push you over it. You see what I mean? Indigo King in the house. Welcome on in. I'm going to put your messages up in a second. When I was 15 and 16 and 17 years old, I think there was a time I was 17 years old, and I already started competing. My first bodybuilding contest was in January of 1980. I got my butt kicked. I didn't look bad by normal people's terms, but I didn't look like the guys that were there. Some of them were on drugs anyway. It didn't matter. I kept going until I looked good. I was about 17 years old, and every day I would go to the gym. I'd leave the house at 5. I'd walk to Leopards Boulevard and get the A train, take the A train to Broadway Junction, take the escalator upstairs to the double L train, they call it the L train now, and take that about 4 stops over to Myrtle Avenue, right? And then I'm at the gym. And when I was training at the local gym before I started, I still used to 5 o'clock because the guy I was training with, he got off of work and I was always off a little bit ahead of time. So there was a young lady who used to come over to the house, over to my basement. And we did a lot of calisthenics, if you know what I mean. So one day she was trying to pull a power trip on me. And she was like, almost before 5, I'm standing there, and I'm looking at my watch, and I'm also looking down at her doing what she's doing. And when my buzzer went off on my watch, it was 5 o'clock, and she wasn't finished. This is what you heard. Pop! Oh, what are you doing? It's time to go to the gym. But you're not going to let me finish? No, I shouldn't be doing this now anyway. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later on. It's time to go to the gym. You should know that was crazy from back then. Most dudes, damn girl, I ain't going to no gym today. No. See, I joke around a lot. I say things a lot, but I'm hard. I'm hardcore. That's what keeps me afloat. And people always underestimate me personally. I will go to the ends of the earth to prove a point, not to prove a point to somebody, but to accomplish what I need to accomplish. I am a Terminator. And the Terminator, when he was in the truck driving to run over the other Terminator, and that smashed up, and he jumped in a car trying to run him over in his truck, and that smashed up, and he jumped on a motorcycle, he's still coming. Well, dang, what's he going to do? Be on a skateboard coming after him? If I got to be on a skateboard, I'm going to do it. If I got to walk 15 miles up the road because there's something I got to do and there's no way of getting up there, I'm going to do it. Sacrifice. Most of us don't want to move out of our comfort zone. Pain and pleasure are the highest motivational emotions, forces, feelings in the world. We want to avoid pain. We want to run toward pleasure. I believe you have to earn your pleasure by going through not pain like I'm cutting myself up like that, but you're shooting yourself in the foot, which most of us do anyway. But to be in the out of your comfort zone enough so that when you do get your pleasure, you earn it. Amenities don't soften me up. You can give me a Rolls Royce. You can put me in a mansion. You can give me all the satin sheets. You can give me all, I'm going to remain partially in that, out of my comfort zone, to stay hard, to get done what I have to. I'm never going to be soft. I'm going to be one of them old men. I'm getting there already. I'm 62 in April. I'm going to be one of them old men that's going to be like, yo, man, old and whatnot, but I know something back in the day, and I ain't gonna mess with now. And you can probably knock me out. I'll be older, but I'll pick something up and I'm trying to knock you out too with whatever I can get my hand on and be just as vicious. Because this is how we have to be in life, with all of these forces coming at us, thinking that, oh, Trump took away DEI. No, you took away DEI because you have no unity. But Trump have to come and force you all together? For a lot of black people, I'm going to say it, you blew it. You blew it. For some of y'all, there's no hope. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. And maybe somebody will hear that and get encouraged. But most have blown it. They're stuck in the past. Oh, I remember when back in 1980. Yo, do you know what time this is now? And the older you get, the faster the time goes. When I was real young, it would take a long time to go. I'm doing something, look at the clock, 8:15, 8:50, 9:45. Like, what the heck is going on? As soon as your head hit the pillow, boom, time to get up. So you got to press it and stay on it and stay on it. And most of us don't have that stick-to-itiveness, and most of us don't have that unity. It would just potential, the things that we have inside of us, the seeds of motivation and greatness, we got to bring that back. Okay, I don't know what your belief system is or what you know is. I'm not here to knock that. But let's say the universal time of judgment, some call it Judgment Day, some call it other things. The seeds of greatness that were given to you by the Creator. If you marching back to the next level with the seeds that have not been planted, that to me is the biggest sin. You mean I gave you all these years of life, maybe more good experiences than bad experiences, but you've been through stuff, you learned stuff. What did you do? I gave you the seeds. I gave you the soil. I gave you the air. I gave you the rain. I gave you the sun. And you bringing back seeds? That's like a father giving money to various sons, and some go out and do what's right with it. Some save it. Don't do nothing with it either, but they're saving it. Well, that's better than blowing it. Some invest it. Some act as though they don't have anything at all and take their time. I can stretch some money. I can live off of very little. I'm not even into being weak for certain things. I gotta have that. I gotta have that donut or whatever. If I want it, but what I do, everything I do must help me get to where I'm trying to go. If going over there around the corner and hanging out and whatever, how is this helping me? I go out when I have to. I jumped up at the crack of dawn and did what I got up and showered again, shaved again, put my clothes on, whatever. The street light was still on. By the time I got down to the road, I turned around the street light and say, bing, have a good day, Lance. You beat me. And anything I want to do that's righteous, I'm going to do. This is not about me thing. I'm just using this as motivation. You ain't stopping me. You're not discouraging me. I may be physically tired sometime. I may be frustrated sometime. I might be pissed off sometime. But it's not going to stop me from coming. You got to knock me out. You got to knock me the F out. And don't be around when I come out of that being knocked out. I'm still going to try to come after you. Not going to be scared. Oh, you knocked me out, so let's just shake hands on it. Oh, we could be friends. No, you knocked me out, I'm knocking you out. That's even worse. Either you let me win and don't let me win. Let me earn it. I'm going to let you win. No. If you sit there soft and let me punch on you, I'm going to really hurt you then, symbolically. We've been through a lot of trials and tribulations when we came out to the motherland. Things y'all don't know. This is why I feel so much stronger, because these situations have made me stronger. So those who write you off and leave you for dead, they shot their load. And many of us get discouraged, but don't get off on that. Look what they threw at me. They may have knocked me down for a little while. They may have taken a few years off of my ascension for a little while, but you're never defeated, just righteously detoured, because maybe the road you're taking is not the road that you're supposed to take. Because we get in our heads sometimes, oh, I want to do it this way, and I want to do it that way. Or maybe your creator wants it a different way. Now we know sometimes we say how people say, oh, he's up in the sky. He's everywhere. He's inside of you. But if you take that up in the sky analogy, look at the hawk. You down here looking at the hawk like, oh, he's way up there. He's seeing everything. And so your creator sees everything. And you down on the ground thinking, I can see where I have to go. No, but you don't know there's a roadblock 2 miles down, or a bad accident waiting for you if you go through the intersection and that person runs through. You're mad because you're late. That happened to me. Car was riding, going up to Long Island neck and neck many years ago, going for this job. Had the job, first day. You drive sometime and the other person pulls up. Sweet D, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm glad you're here. And you're neck and neck, not racing, but they pull up, you pull up. You pull up when they pull up. You kind of like, okay, we riding the same kind of thing. It was a blue Honda. Or it was a my tire blew out. I had to go and change it, put a little donut on it. I was mad because I was pressed for time. So I got up and I saw that there was a big traffic jam, but the exit was right there. So I went up on the dirt part a little bit to get up on the exit ramp. When I got up on the exit ramp and looked down, the blue Honda that was next to me, neck and neck, and some other car was crushed under an 18-wheeler that jumped the divider and fell on top of it. And that's the one I rode for miles next to. And I would have been under there. I was like, oh man, the tire. Well, thank God for the tire. The tire blew. So sometimes things may seem to be a drawback, but it's a blessing in disguise. So we have to understand that, the bigger picture sometime. It may not always go as smooth as we want. There's a reason why we're going through stuff. But at the end of the day, it's going to make you stronger. And so I know one day I'm going to have to transition. I know one day my body's going to expire, right? I'm cool with that. But this thing inside here, body will go down. If I take the shirt off and you see the shirt, you don't see me, oh, Lance is dead. No, the shirt is down there. So the shirt of my body, when that goes, you may not see my essence, but I'm somewhere. And I'm on the launching pad. I'm running hard now, harder than before. I'm not defeated. I'm going to be 62, man. I don't know where the years go. My life is over. I know people like this. No, the older I get, the more I'm fighting. Because I know I'm supposed to go higher, no matter what's thrown at me. And don't be discouraged when you're trying to write your own book. You know, we have chapters. Each year is like a chapter. Let's just say like that. And each month and whatever. And sometimes it doesn't go the way we think it should go. Don't be discouraged. You're still here. But like I said, many people have feelings and their thoughts on different things, their belief system. I'm not here to disrespect anything, but I just find it so funny that there are different practices and different people all over the world. And there's, I'm not sure if it's Pakistani or Indian or whatever have you, but there was this guru that I watched sometime, and he was saying how when a person transitions, and this has nothing to do with this, I just want to throw that out there because I kind of touched near it at one point. When a person transitions, You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to wear their clothes because it carries their energy on it. Because they wore, even if they wore it one time, that's their clothes, and it will affect you, whether maybe positive and lots of times not in a good way. So they're very protective over the clothes of those who pass away. Some people, oh, just give the clothes away. That will agitate that one who has transitioned. So they say. I'm not saying it is that way, but there's so much to this world, like what I spoke about, the ants and the fungus, and I look for things like that now. I look for things like that now. And what I realize is that when you isolate yourself from negative energies that were in your life, negative situations, negative people, negative places, those dedicated negative entities, that the energy jumps. I mean, you may get away from certain people because your happiness, your determination, your drive upsets them because it shows them what they're not doing. So they're going to always throw off on you. You see what I mean? And when you get away from them, that energy can follow you in a different situation. So you break up with somebody, oh, they weren't no good for me. Here comes somebody else. Make sure they don't have the same traits dormant, ready to pop up on you later on. You see what I mean? But yeah, I'm not going to go 3 hours tonight. I was up from 3. It's 12:38. So I'm feeling it though. But it's a happy fatigue. Like I did all I had to do all throughout the city. Came back, did this, did that. Brother Brandon, it's a shout out for you. He came by and visited me today. He has his own channel. I'll put it down in the description area below. Brilliant brother. Brilliant brother. Everything, he sneezes wisdom. He knows so much about his area of expertise as an architect and other things. And I told him his new nickname is GPT. Mrs. Skirv asked him something. He gave not just a speech, but it was like one question, and we got all this knowledge, and it made sense. We do have some brilliant people out here. We have to protect them and support them because the swamp is draining up, and there's a lot of stuff down here we didn't know. People have certain things inside of them, and you're like, I thought they were better than that. I'm not just gonna be shocked and give up. We're gonna keep on going. We're never gonna stop. Listen, I'm gonna cut it short. It's an hour and 9 minutes. Somebody say, hour and 9 minutes, man. I'm done after 10 minutes. No. I want to do. I love the long ones. This week we're gonna do some long ones, right? And I want to appreciate. And I did say I was gonna put. They're all divided with their fellow brother and sister. That dude is fake and a joke. I'm mad at people still falling for this crap. But one day, hopefully, they'll rise up. Gotcha. Definitely. We gave so much love and forgiveness, while everyone else is kicking us in the face. And here we go right to comfort them and check if they're okay. You're right. Those times are all over for me. Same thing for me, my brother. It's all over. Even in my personal life. Even in my personal life. And the Gold King says, tell Miss Skirv hello, and we love her. And I know she's working hard. Peppers and pickles from the garden. That's right. That's right. That good detox. Exactly. Giant Gain says, appreciate love. You're sharing always, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm going to sleep good tonight just to be here with y'all. I mean, I know I'm many miles away, that little lake called Atlantic Ocean on the other side. But here, I think about you all, the names, and I may not have sat down and ate dinner with you face to face, but you know how it is. It's just that thing. And we have to learn to have that. I'm part of the whole community of all of you. I'm way over here. You think if you come to Africa and come to this part and say, Lance, man, you ain't got to go to a hotel, man. Come on over here with me and Mr. Skirv and eat some good food and hang out. That's in my heart. That's all I have, y'all. Really, I mean, I have this house and I have things going on, but here, sincere, loving people who are about it, what it's all about. That's the sweet part of life. And that gives me enthusiasm for another day. This is the way I think. I'm getting this together. So and I may not say the exact name all the time, But when Indigo King comes over here, when Giant Gang and Sweet D and Gifty Sine come, whatever, you know what I mean? They're gonna see this, and Tracy J, that keeps me going. I go down the whole list, but I mean, Diane, everybody. You know what I mean? Even if it never happens, the encouragement, the togetherness, and the motivation. I try to leave a little motivation and I tell a little crazy story. Y'all know I'm nuts. I'm toasted, y'all. I'm toasted. I ain't gonna lie. Nothing wrong with me, but I saw too much in my life. I've seen a lot. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gifty. It was, and we're going to talk about things just like this all the time. You know, remember, y'all, go to Substack. Put your email address in if you haven't. If you already did, you see what's going on already with what we're doing over there. Yeah, wow. Orange tree looking good. 3 pineapples, plants, 2 plum trees, and a partridge. That's right. And more than that, because when they make the song about what you got growing over here, it's going to be like a concert. It's going to be a couple of hours. Like so many lemons, so many limes, so many pineapples, so many this, and that. And all sorted out with what? A thought that you were motivated by. That's the beautiful part, you know? Oh, thank you, Sweet D. You picked the rating, PG, X, R, rated. Yeah, R is one, right? I'm getting sleepy, y'all. I'm starting to speak like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. Anyway, I want to share all of them. I was in here today when my friend Brandon left. I was just laughing and cracking up at different things, you know, that I've seen and been through. Tragedies too, you know, the uncomfortable things, but they teach me. Like I say, you know, you got to know what's sour to appreciate what's sweet. How do you know something sweet? Because you tasted something sour. You have something to gauge it by. So you have to accept the uncomfortable times. I'm not going to say bad times, but the uncomfortable times. It makes it sweet, you know. Tracy J's putting in her order. I love to see the collective fellowship and love and communication. It brightens up our day. It undergirds me. And I do love you all so much. You know, I really do. Let me run, y'all. I'm falling asleep. Not really close my eyes. I'm going to be up for another hour, but it's going to be a sweet hour of descending. Maybe not even, I'm saying it might be 30 minutes, right? But I've been getting some good sleep. Like, I didn't get much sleep, but the sleep was so good, I didn't need much. But I got up tired, but I was like, man, the 4 hours that I got, deep down to REM sleep, right? It's a beautiful thing, right? Only have to leave only one place I go to you. Yeah. That's right. And it's not about, you can come empty-handed, because look, if you brought something, what you gonna do with it? We're gonna give you so much, right? There's gonna be food, space, lots of space. Like I tell everybody, you got the low jack, put a low jack set on your hip so we can know where you are. Yo, where you at? You know what I mean? I love it. When I'm in the studio down here, I forget about the upstairs. There's some days now since I had the studio finished that I don't even go upstairs. Since I had the studio finished, there's a couple of days where I didn't go outside for almost a week. I went outside in the yard and the balcony and everything, but I'm just down what I had to do. I've been learning some stuff, y'all. You can always get better in whatever you want to get better in, you know? Let me see here. Riri in the house. Let me see. Boom, boom. I love you brought back the black and yellow. Yeah, right? It's coming together slowly but surely. And we'll enjoy and ease. Love Mrs. Gertz come back. He's doing full of fire. Passion, love. Yeah. One day I'm gonna grab this little camera and say, look, y'all, you'll be like, oh my God. All of y'all can fit in here 10 times over. That's right. I love it. It's done so much for me. But I had to bring those back. Now the little thing with that, I gotta redo it over. Because there's little edges, it's kind of crude and everything, but it's latex paint. I don't like latex paint. It doesn't have the same, and I got it, and I didn't realize it was, you know, so I have to scrub it down a little bit. Take one, it's only gonna take a couple hours and get some good enamel, hard enamel. I want more gloss on the black, like the black used to be, but the whole wall was black with just the stripes, but I got the stonework done all over the place. So I said, okay, See, we got the stone cut at the angle exactly that the stripes are going to be, right? Show you a little peek. Let me show you. Let me see something here. They end over there, and there's a TV. There's a ring light, couches and stuff. See, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's coming. Little touch-ups I have to do, little embellishments, and so much more. See, I done made this camera crooked, right? So anyway, let me run, y'all. I don't want to go, but I'm gonna go sleep. And yeah, it's all good. Much love to you all. Salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. And yeah. But also on Substack, there's a chat room in there. It's not a usual social media platform, but there's so much in there. Y'all got to go there. I'm gonna put the link right in the room again so you don't miss it. Say hello to my little friend. Here we go. All right. Copy. I can't stress it enough. Y'all are gonna enjoy it. And yes, you can share your thoughts anytime, Giant Gain. If that was directed to me or whoever else, but you know how it is with me. Anytime. That's it right there. lancescurve.substack.com. Put your email address in there. It's a whole new different concept. I don't push like these little platforms. This one here, I gotta say, is bringing back that old feeling. You lost that love and feel. Yeah, Tracy J, you already subscribed. Great. See? There's so much to explore there. So much to explore and things I'm gonna do. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. I'm feeling tired and sleepy. Much love to you all, and I will see you tomorrow. We're gonna do this again tomorrow. No problem. Don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but something's gonna go bing. Some kind of inspiration is gonna come. And got something from it. You all already know all of this stuff anyway, but it reinforces our drive to stay in the place where we have to stay. You know what I mean? Not in a way where we all chained up, but keep that mindset, because when your mind is right, everything else will fall through proper and right. Anyway, that was the banner. And I see one more comment here. I see Giant Gain stuff there. Yes. So yeah, let me run. And much love to you all. And we will see you tomorrow. Peace.
matter. Actually, today I got to meet my friend Lance. Yes, I got to meet my friend Lance. This is my first time meeting him in person, and he's a very kind man, seriously. I do talk with him on phone, on WhatsApp, but I've never got to meet him. But today, he's just extraordinary. He's very, anything you want to know about life, anything you want to know about just human, anything you want to know about life, please. YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media channels, you got to find him there. He's very inspiring. He's very positive. If you want anything positive about life, please subscribe to Landscape. And then every day you got to see different videos, different talks, different topics about life. See you.